Hello. Hot, apparently, and that's how you have to say it. My name is Patrick Ness, and I'm here today to answer a few questions about my new book, The Rest of Us Just Live Here. The Rest of Us Just Live Here is about, I wondered about all these YA books that have these big, heroes at the lead who get chosen out of a crowd or out of their school or whatever to fight the Hunger Games or to be the one who falls in love with the skinny, pale English vampire. And I thought, well, what about the other kids? What about the other kids who live in the town where all of this is going on, who just want to live a normal life and fight their own personal battles, which are just as interesting and just as valuable as the other kids who are fighting the end of the world. So that's what it's about. It's the book of Mike. It's not the book of Bella or Katniss. It's about Mike trying to live his life, trying to survive the other kids fighting the end of the world. I thought the other guy deserved a book. I thought we don't see him very much, and I thought the chosen one trope is so powerful, and it's powerful for a reason. I think it's about giving why you feel different as a teenager a reason, and it provides power for that, and that's something I would never want to take away. But I worried about the guy or the girl who never even felt like that person. You know what I mean? The one who's just in the back, just trundling along, and that I felt like there was real tenderness in that life, and I felt like there's real challenges and there's really extraordinary stuff. It is just as extraordinary to declare your love for someone who may not love you back and you don't know it, as it is to beat vampires and save the world. Those are both extraordinary things, and I think they both deserve to be written about. No, I mean it's a story. A story tells you what it needs to be, and I knew from the beginning that this is how the story would need to be told, and I just loved them so much. And it's not that I loved one and didn't like the other. I loved them both equally, and I wanted to make sure they both worked, and I wanted to make sure the way they intersected and bounced off one another worked. And not really. It's a story reveals itself. If you just have to listen to it closely enough, no matter how strange or unexpected it might be. So that's really all it was. I was listening to what the story might be. I don't want to tell people how to feel. I don't want to tell people how to react. I want to just portray something as truthfully as I possibly can, and then you react how you want to react. And I think it's just a matter of tone. I don't like. It was like in A Monster Calls. I didn't want Monster Calls to be sentimental. I always said I wanted the crying in A Monster Calls to be ugly crying. I didn't want it to be pretty crying, where you had a picturesque tear coming down your face, because that would be false. That wouldn't be what the central character was going through. And for this book, it's kind of the same. These are serious, important things, but in your life, they wouldn't be the big drama. The difficult stuff you're going through they inform your life. But at the center of your life is often something different. It's your relationship with your friends or with your sister, or your worries about the future. And sometimes, of course, the anxieties will take center stage. Sometimes the bad parenting will take center stage. But mostly, you're just trying to get along. And I suppose that's how I do it. I didn't want to write an issue book. I just wanted to write a true book. And so I went after the truth. Is how I think about it. I hate the word important when you apply it to literature. I just think it kills it dead. I do think as an openness and a universe in which is big enough to include all these things is important. Absolutely. And I think YA is such a great universe now. It's so massive and everything fits in it and everyone is welcome. Everything you've mentioned. I would hate to want to sit down though to write a lesson about these things, because then it's a lesson. It's not a story. But if I care enough about a story, and if I'm listening to the story that I want to write the most, it's going to have all those things I care about in it. So it's going to have exactly that. It's going to have, like about Jared's sexuality, or about mental health, which is so common, especially among young people. It's so common, and it's shocking that we don't talk about it as much as we do. I'm going to respond to a story that has those things that I care about so passionately in it. So I would hate to put the importance before the story, But if you're telling a true story, if you're telling the truest story, then all of those things that are important to you are going to be in it. So it's not avoiding the issue, it's just putting the horse before the cart, as they say. But thank God YA is what it is now. Oh, I think it's life-saving. It's absolutely life-saving what it is now, that it's a big enough universe for all these things. It's amazing. I wish I'd had it. That's it.
That's it. That's it for them.
Thank you very much. Thank you.